Aloha and welcome to KTA Kitchens. I'm Chef Michi, and today I'm going to show you how to make a Thai green curry. It's a Southeast Asian dish that's so easy to make anybody could whip it up. So let's get down to the ingredients. Japanese eggplant sliced thin on the diagonal, green bell pepper also sliced thin, red bell pepper sliced thin, a medium onion, you want to slice this also thin, a splash of vegetable oil, prepared green curry paste, 2 cans of coconut milk, Asian fish sauce, and the juice of 1 fresh lime. And then we're going to be adding either tofu or cubed chicken breast. So let's get started. I'm just going to do a little quick demo on how to cut that eggplant correctly. You want to cut it on the diagonal, so even from the start, you're going to want to cut at a diagonal, and then again, lengthwise, just go straight down. This is a really common Asian slice. It's always trying to get the most out of your veggie. So we're going to get started on the cooking. I've got a pan that has a little bit of oil in it. We're going to bring it up to a pretty like a medium high heat. And again, I like to use just a little bit of oil. This is a stir fry, so you can get away with using a little bit of oil by putting it in the pan and just rolling it around. You want to cover the entire surface of your pan. And then you can start adding in your ingredients. I'm going to start off with the onion. It's got a nice sizzle. This probably wouldn't work well in a wok. This is something that you definitely want to use a pan for. Start off with the onions just because they take a little longer to cook than the veggies. And the longer you cook the onions, they tend to get a little sweeter. I'm going to give this a quick stir, and then as soon as they start to get a little bit translucent, and you'll see a little bit of sweat, it's called a sweat on the onion, then you can go ahead and add in your eggplant. Now, out of all the ingredients in your dish, the eggplant definitely takes the longest. It's going in now, and we're going to put in our green paste. Now, this green curry paste is very, very spicy. It's got all these yummy ingredients, some lemongrass, galangal, garlic, but it's very, very, very spicy. So I'm using just a little bit of a touch, like a teaspoon. If you don't want much spice, you can even use less. And then once you cook the dish, you can always add more, but never start off with a lot of it. And I like to add it in now just because, again, I'm trying to awaken the spices by letting them cook. Okay, and next we're going to add in our coconut milk. This gives it that nice, rich, creamy sweetness that curries are known for. You can already smell that nice coconut smell. It really is wonderful. So just let that cook for a little bit. It's going to come up to a boil, a slight simmer, and then we're going to add in our other ingredients. So the coconut milk has come to a gentle simmer. Been cooking the eggplant, and this is, I can't emphasize enough, you want to make sure that your eggplant at this point is getting pretty soft. Otherwise, it'll have a bite to it and it'll be kind of chewy. So this is ready to go. I'm going to add in my bell peppers. And again, when you're cutting the bell pepper, you do have to remember they do have to be cleaned first. There's a bunch of membrane and seed inside of the bell pepper. You want to kind of cut those out and then start slicing your bell pepper. These will add a nice texture to the curry. So you've got kind of the sweet onion and the chewiness of the eggplant. And then now we have this bright kind of crunchy addition of these bell peppers. So we only want to cook this for about 3 minutes, just so they start to get al dente. And again, it's just a matter of layering all that kind of textures and flavors here. I'm going to stir that in. I can add in my fish sauce, which is really all the sodium that this dish is going to get is from this fish sauce. So it's giving it that nice umami flavor along with that saltiness. And then for the brightness, we're going to add some lime juice. All these flavors just come together in this dish, and it's so easy to make. So we're gonna leave this alone for about 3 minutes, and then it will be ready to add in our tofu. Again, if you're using chicken breasts, that's when you would add it as well, but we wanna let this sit for about 3 minutes. So this has been cooking for 3 minutes now. It's so nice. The smells are coming through. It's bubbling away happily, and I'm just gonna throw in some tofu, which has been cubed about a block. Just mix that in. If you are gonna be using chicken breast, this is the point where it needs to be put in fully cooked. We're not gonna be putting anything raw into the curry at this point because it's really at a finishing stage. So I've got my tofu all incorporated into the curry now, and we're gonna just turn it off because this is ready to go. So our Thai curry is all finished. And there are different ways you can serve this dish. It really goes nicely over rice, and right now there's so many varieties of rice out there that you can use. I like a nice brown rice, but you could use white rice. There's Thai sticky rice if you want to get really fancy. But again, it just needs a nice bed of something to put all that goodness on top of. So you just, for each serving, just give a nice little bowl. If you want to garnish this with some Thai basil, that would kind of freshen up the curry, but I actually prefer it just like this over some nice warm rice. I'm going to give it a little taste. It's just pure comfort food. It's delicious. For a nice beverage pairing, you might want to try a Chardonnay. Thank you for joining me at KTA Kitchens. For this recipe and more, you can go to ktasuperstores.com/recipes. I'm Chef Michi. Aloha.